StreamYard just reminded me that I was talking with my mic muted. Thank you, StreamYard, for saving me. I wish there was a way to fade out my intro so it wasn't so abrupt from one to the next. Excuse me, but welcome everybody. I appreciate you being here. Now, I wasn't going to stream until tonight. Hi, Leon. And my computer is working fine for now. It's all fixed, I believe. I'm hoping that it's fixed. But I was going to save a stream till tonight, but I'm sitting here and I was working on my latest crochet project and watching some American Horror Story when I get a lovely notification from YouTube that Shanny is live called Fuck GMan. I was like, that's awful interesting, because when they first moved out to Pennsylvania, it was basically GMan that was supporting them. So why a couple months later is she turning around and saying, fuck GMan? If he was giving them money, so that they could buy their drugs and they could buy their tobacco and, well, who cares about the kids, right? But Shanny and Rev got what they needed because GMan was providing. So I thought that this was really interesting. Now, Shanny has kind of been all over the place the last little while. Rev made the announcement for her that she wasn't going to be on social media anymore, that all of her audience didn't deserve to see her face anymore, because she and Rev were both really mad that the people that support Shanny weren't going out and making videos for them. So they basically told Shanny's audience, fuck you, which is real nice considering that, it's people in Shanny's audience that are sending them money, but they basically just gave them the middle finger. Like, wow, you want people to support you and you treat them like that? Give me a break. My opinion. Let's see. GMan told her to expose scientist Sam as a spy, thinking anyone would believe that. Nobody was paying her to keep quiet, that's for sure. Right. Yeah. Yeah, I watched this video. It's only 7 minutes long, and I was just busting out laughing. She's just trying to stir the pot to, again, make herself look like the poor little victim. Shanny doesn't have any money coming in, so she had to come up with a way to garner some attention so that the people that support her will, oh, boo-hoo, poor Shanny, give her some money. Because I guess they are on the verge of being homeless. Because it sounds like the uncle is getting prepared to kick them out of the house where they've been staying for free since, the beginning of June. But the thing is that neither one of them have been doing anything to help their own situation, right? Neither one of them is attempting to find a job or do any of that. They're just sitting around in that house expecting people to pay them to survive. And then when their audience doesn't do that or doesn't give them enough, then they shit on everybody, and then sit there and wonder why people aren't giving them more money, So it's really kind of mind-boggling the way Shanny tries to justify this logic of hers that, she's entitled to everyone paying her so she can sit on her ass on the couch and play video games all day. But let's go ahead. We'll start this nonsense. It was a laugh. I actually had a good chuckle because being an atheist, I don't really believe in karma, but in a way, this is kind of, she's dealing with the consequences of her actions, right? She doesn't want to get off her ass and support her family. Rev refuses to get off his ass and support the family. And now they're going to be homeless. And, they've had plenty of opportunity. Like the fact that they've been able to stay rent-free in that house for as many months as they have, they could have spent that time getting what they can together to be able to support those two boys. But what have they done for the last, 3 months? They've sat around and bitched like big crybabies. You guys aren't paying us. Oh, you're taking away our source of income. So, I mean, that's a result of just being a shitty person and not being responsible. I don't feel sorry for them, so that's why I can sit here and have a good chuckle about how upset Shanny. Shanny, why are you? Yeah, exactly, right? All right, let's turn this up so we can actually hear her. I do warn you, there is a lot of... She did go a little over the top with the F-bomb in this one, you know, good Christian lady. But I don't think anybody here will be surprised by her language. But let's go ahead and take a listen. Oh, and also thank you to XX Archives for, you know, uploading this, because I tried to upload it and realized I didn't download it properly, so I just skipped over to XX, and of course they have it. So make sure if you want to keep up to date on Shanny and Rev's bullshit, go subscribe to them. She's also not on camera in this one. It's just a background, so.
Ugh! Sorry I was so late. I was yelling at GMan over the phone right now.
Oh, darn.
Hi, guys. Hi, guys.
You know what's funny is that she said to her audience that we don't get the privilege of seeing her face on camera anymore, and I honestly think that she's just doing everybody a favor by keeping her face off camera. So, I mean, it's not really a loss.
How you guys doing? And motherfucker, I don't snort cocaine. I'm not Chantel. I'm not Foodie Beauty, okay? I believe it's you folks that like to stick up for the cocaine addicts. But anyway.
Okay, she's taking digs at her live chat.
Anyway, GMan can go fuck himself.
Oh, and why is that, Shanny?
He can go fuck himself. He can go fuck himself. He can go fuck himself. All right, how do I fucking get this started, okay? We all know G-Man's a schemer, right? We all know he's a fucking schemer, and I've been paid by people for months to shut the fuck up over this plan that G-Man had.
Please.
Of exposing everyone in this big, huge documentary. And yet...
Documentary! It's documentary, you dumbass. And I highly doubt anyone has paid you for shit. Because we both know, as you're going to prove in this video, that it's very dangerous to tell both you and Rev any type of secret or any type of personal information, because you're going to manipulate people and use that to your advantage and use it to basically blackmail people. And now that you're not getting what you want, you're on video and you're exposing people. You know what I mean? So whether or not it's true, it just kind of exposes what type of character you are, Shanny.
Yes, he does actually have spies.
Sure,
and
he does.
All these spies and everyone has been paying me to stay silent, but they're no longer paying me. And since I'm about to go and
this she's kind of exposing her bottom line, that she's got no integrity. It doesn't matter about what's she's being asked to keep secret, whether it's right, whether it's wrong, whether it's moral or immoral. It's the fact that she's squealing because she's not getting paid anymore. So Shanny's all about that dollar bill, y'all. So that's all that matters to her. I mean, we've all known that for a really, really long time. But here she is just reiterating again what we already know about her.
To a homeless shelter. And, you know.
It may be that they have government-provided service now and just don't have the bandwidth to stream a video. No, well, that's true. But honestly, I think they're trying to get around the whole fact that Shanny said she wasn't going to be on social media anymore once again. And then she can be like, well, I said you wouldn't have to see my face. I didn't say I'd stop streaming. You know what I mean? Because this is how many times she's done this where I'm disappearing from the internet forever. Your guys are never going to see me again. Or I'm going on an internet strike. It lasts all of, 2 days at most before she's back online, because she has a hardcore online addiction. So I think this is just trying to cover her ass. Well, I didn't say I was leaving the internet. I just said you weren't going to be able to see my face. You know what I mean? Hi, Glitchy.
Suffer a lot. I decide to go and say some of the spies that's been going on in G-Man's camp.
Sure.
Because I think it needs to be done. I think it's the right thing to do since they're not paying me.
It's the right thing to do because I'm not getting paid. implying that if they were paying her, it wouldn't matter if it was the right thing to do or not. She'd keep silent. Like, Shanny, come on.
And they were sending me this money through Western Union, so it wouldn't be traced by anyone.
And then I'm just going to call bullshit on that, because my husband and I have used Western Union quite a bit. So I am very experienced in the whole Western Union world of sending money back and forth. That shit is absolutely traceable. It absolutely has a paper trail. So the fact that she's trying to play it off like, well, you can't prove they didn't pay me. I'm saying they pay me, but there's no paper trail. No, there absolutely is a paper trail from Western Union. Sorry, bullshit. It wouldn't be traced. Bro, that traces what drugs you were on, lady. Right? Like, there is a whole entire... Because you have to, when you accept Western Union or you send Western Union, you have to show ID. You have to provide your phone number. You have to provide your address. You have to provide all of this information when you're sending or receiving money. So there is absolutely a paper trail. And it's stored, like, it's all digital now, but there is absolutely a record of you sending and receiving money.
And so it wouldn't come back to them.
You know? It's not how that works.
But they were paying me to shut up about this event of, like, exposing and all these spies going into these communities. And I...
See, and the fact, too, that she's, like, all these spies going into all these communities, her descriptions are very, very vague. You'd think that if she had detailed information about spies in GMan's world, or in the atheist world, or in the reaction community, or whatever, she'd be able to specifically say what community, where, and specifically who it was and what they were doing. But she never actually does that. She's just extremely vague and kind of throwing tidbits out there, trying to get people that don't need a whole lot of evidence to believe something, that they're going to bite. And that's not going to fly. Or they haven't used it this century. They are, they're not as bad now, but it does cost money to send it.
I was very silent about it because GMan, he came over to the house one day and he was on the phone with a couple of people and they were all talking about this scheme of getting this information from all these communities that's been fucking with us. You know what I mean? So I was, like, on board with...
Again, just extremely vague information. Just enough for, again, her more gullible audience to bite, but the rest of us to kind of sit here and say, well, she's saying words, but not really saying anything of substance or that's believable.
That shit. I was on board with that shit. You know what I mean?
Well, of course you are, because you were on board with it because they were paying you. You've already told us that, Shanny. You're shallow and all about the money. That's all that matters to you. And now, according to you, they're not paying you, so that gives you justification to go ahead and out everybody because you're mad.
On board with that shit, but there are a lot of spies in your community right now.
Sure there is.
Among the Christian community, just watching everyone. And it's not only Christians, but it's actual atheists too, that are spying on you guys. And it's people that I know it's going to hurt you when you hear these names. It's really going to hurt you.
It's really not.
They've been paying me to shut up, right?
She builds up over this video trying to make it seem like there's a lot of people involved or people that you wouldn't expect this is going to come from. And then she waits until the very last, 5 seconds to expose who it is. And when she says the names, you're just kind of like, huh. Yeah, no, that doesn't sound legit. Oops, click the right button.
That are spying on you guys. And it's people that I know it's going to hurt you when you hear these names. It's really going to hurt you.
It's really not.
They've been paying me to shut up, right?
I doubt that.
I need the money. I need to survive, me and my kids. So they've been paying me.
You need to survive, but you're not willing to actually put in the work to take care of your family. You just want to be able to sit on your ass on the couch all day and have people give you money, so you can continue living your lifestyle, ignoring your kids, doing drugs on camera, and talking conspiracy theories on YouTube while abusing your children. I'm sorry, but people, the content that you put out is not worth the money that you think you deserve to get. It's not worth any money, honestly. But yeah, you just want to be paid to exist. And Shanny, that's not how that works.
Me to shut up and pay me over Western Union because, you know, they didn't want a paper trail. Plus, also, you killed my Cash App and PayPal. So,
yeah, because you were scamming people. That had nothing to do with this situation because you were sitting there begging for money for your pets and your children. And then you threw up evidence online showing that you had money for your pets and you were just using it. You know, you're just using the pets and the kids in order to make people feel guilty so they'd send you money. And then, wow, when people sent you money, you had your vape or Rev had cigarettes. You know what I mean? Or you went out and you bought pizza. So it's like people were really questioning your integrity when you're sitting there begging, saying, I need things for my children and I need things for my pets. And then all of a sudden you're splurging on all this money on things that you don't need and you're not being responsible with the money that you're being donated, because people are doing this out of the kindness of their hearts because they feel bad for the kids or they feel bad for the pets. And then you turn around and you don't use that money that you're begging for what it was intended for. And that upset the people that donated to you. And they reported you for fraud and for scamming. So, I mean, when you're going to be dishonest, it's going to piss people off and they're going to retaliate. And guess what? Now you can't use PayPal or Cash App. Sorry, not sorry.
like,
Welcome back
there's
to
no,
Glitchy.
like, way of even being able to give me money to begin with. So,
Nobody should be giving you money.
all right. So I like,
have those
he
gotten shut
started
down too
yelling
yet?
and screaming at me over the phone because it's like I didn't feel good over keeping this a secret anymore. You know, I didn't want to keep.
No, it had nothing to do with your feelings. Again, you exposed yourself at the beginning of this video. They stopped paying you, so you turned into a snitch. You decided that I'm going to expose these people because they're not paying me anymore. It had nothing to do about you not feeling good. That's complete bullshit. You contradict yourself in one 7-minute video. That's impressive, Shanny. I'm absolutely zooted. Good.
Keep up.
Good
with
on
the
you,
charade
Glitchy.
Anymore because it's like it's wearing at me.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Your pockets are empty. That's why you're exposing them. Give me a break.
You know, my conscience.
No, you have no conscience.
You know, and all these people pretending to be this person's friend when really they just backstabbed. And for months, I've been putting up with these same people talking shit on me over the internet while privately saying how amazing I am and how great I am.
Sure.
And it
if you had actual evidence for that, Shanny, you would have been the first one posting that shit all over the internet to expose them. So just give me a break. I don't believe a word of that. Do these people even have a decent sense of morality? Absolutely not. I haven't heard they were shut down. Pretty sure I would have. I'll have to keep an eye out for that. I'm surprised it hasn't been shut down, though.
Hurts my feeling that everyone talks shit about me. None of them talk shit about GMan.
There's plenty of people that talk shit about GMan. Shanny, what rock have you been living under?
And GMan's like on this like leader position where he's like having all these people exposed for his little fucking documentary. And I'm
documentary, stupid cow. And like, can we say jelly? So not only is she the big mad about not getting the money, but she's super jealous of the attention that GMan gets from his community. It's pretty telling, don't you think? The problem is, hang on, I got to reach a comment over here. The problem is Shanny is currently delusioned and making these videos to try and prove herself right. It's sad and she wants attention. What she's doing is she's trying to stir up attention to make herself look like a victim, because when she looks like a victim, she thinks she can turn that into cash. That's essentially all that is. And we have seen this on her channels over and over and over again. So, like, when people stop posting about Shanny and things kind of calm down, the money stops coming in. So she's got to stir more shit up to get herself in the spotlight so she can make that money. You know, and again, she's proving that in this video alone, that her bottom line is money. That's it. That's all she gives a shit about. Monetizing your lack of social activity, yeah, that's terrible. The thing is that she uses her kids. She uses her pets. She expects to live a certain lifestyle because, again, they were like, rewind 3 years ago and they were rolling in cash, right? They had $700,000 to blow. And 3 years on and it's all gone. And it's been kind of a shell shock for her to go from, I got lots of money, I can buy whatever shit I want, to she can't even scrape together a couple of dollars to buy herself her Delta 8. You know, so she's having a hard time and she's struggling with that. And she's expecting her audience to sustain that lifestyle for her. And they're just not, because people aren't buying her shit anymore. Hi, Spooky. Oops, click the wrong button.
I'm not getting shit out of it, and I'm about to be fucking homeless.
You know? Whose fault is that, though? Whose fault is that? You and Rev have been living rent-free in that house for 3 months, and you've actually done absolutely nothing to help yourself. Absolutely nothing. Neither one of you have got up off your ass and going to get a job. Shanny can absolutely work because there are plenty of call center jobs that you can sit on your ass on the couch and do on your computer and get paid for it. That is perfect for Shanny because she doesn't have to get up and work or, you know, like walk around, stand, do anything strenuous. Sit on the couch, put on a headset, talk to a computer. She does it anyway by bitching online. So why not get a job and get paid for it? You know what I mean? Rev uses the fact that he doesn't want to take a drug test and he thinks that he's a felon and that's going to stop him from getting a job. So he doesn't even try. But there's employment centers that he can go to that will help him if he has a record that's going to stop him from getting a job. He's actually got to get off his ass and go and try. And he hasn't done that. He's made it very clear that he hasn't done that because he just wants to sit around at home, smoke cigarettes, and talk about conspiracy theories, and again, get paid for that. And they're just so delusional between the two of them, and they expect their audience to just love them and pay them all this money to do that. And they're so out of touch with reality. The universe does give them second chances. Oh, I gotta click back here. I'm trying to read it off my phone. Like they've delusioned themselves to believe. Yeah, they feel like they're entitled. They've got a sense of entitlement that they deserve this money, which is why they get so mad when people like Drag and Frank and everybody at the Geek Room makes money off of talking about her, because she feels that she's the one entitled to that money. You know, she's the one providing the content so that they can make the money. But she feels that they're stealing her money from her because she's just so money motivated. That's her main motivation for everything, is money. People are, I don't know. She's crazy, man.
You know, I'm about to, I had to sell my PS5. You know?
It's about time. We've been telling you that you could sell that PS5 for months to provide yourself. Like, you came to Pennsylvania with a ton of toys and a ton of shit, like those collectible lightsabers, Rev's video games. Before you left Colorado, you could have sold that Magic the Gathering card set, that huge binder. That would have got you some good money, but you just left it behind. So you guys have no sense of reality here. You had ways to come up with money to be able to prepare yourself for this, but you just sat back and did nothing because you expect everybody else to do it for you. And, you know, I have a full-time job and I don't even own a PS5, right? Right? They owned a PS5? Oh, yeah. My cigarettes, Carl. Yeah, they've had a PS5 since it came out. It was funny because they bought the PS5 when they had the money. And they actually got on camera And they were making fun of everybody who could not afford a PS5. And now look at them. They've had to pawn it because they're fucking broke. And I think that is just bittersweet. You know what I mean? I don't believe she sold Rev's beloved PS5. She might have suggested it. That's true. You know what's funny is we'll just have to keep an eye out for if they actually stream on it again. Because if suddenly they're streaming on it, you know, because I believe that Shanny also still has a Switch, which could be pawned. Rev's got that jacket that he brags about being, you know, $10,000, which we know it isn't, but still, it's a leather jacket. You can pawn it for something. They've got those microphones. They've got all kinds of things that they brought with them that were kind of useless to bring, you know, because they could have brought the boys' stuff, but they brought their toys instead. But they do have things that they can sell, and they should be selling, but, you know, they're not responsible. Don't pawn the Switch. It has Pokemon Unite. Don't tell them that. Don't tell them that. They should be pawning all their shit because they got 2 boys to take care of.
I had to sell it
Good.
for money because these motherfuckers wouldn't help me.
See how she twists that, though? I had to sell my PS5 because they wouldn't help me. Guess what, bitch? Nobody owes you any help because you refuse to help yourself. But she wants to turn the fact in that she's going to be homeless and she has to sell her shit because other people won't give her money. Like, how ridiculous is that? Can you get more entitled?
But yet, at the same time, they expect me to keep this fucking huge secret.
Uh-huh, sure. It doesn't really turn out to be that huge, honestly.
It just fucking hurts, man.
Oh, crocodile tears. It hurts because people won't give me money and I can't live the way that I want to. Boo-hoo.
Like, why do I always have to be the butt of jokes? It's like they purposely fucking...
Why do I have to be the butt of jokes? Because, Shanny, you set yourself up for them.
did this to me just to fucking screw with me. So fuck it. You know, it's been scientist Sam and Draven that's been feeding GMan most of this fucking information. Did you fucking know that? Did you fucking know that? While they're playing pretend on the internet by cursing me and Rev all the time out and GMan and fucking with us all the time. They're playing both fucking sides, and I realize that now. I realize.
Oh, do you? I highly doubt that.
Because both of them think they're funny, and you guys are so fucking stupid that you honestly think they will lie for you, but they won't lie to you. You're so fucking dumb, guys, and you did all this. You did all this. You know, and you're playing this guy for no fucking reason other than trying to fuck with him, and you're causing all these rumors in the YouTube.
Again, she's like totally vague about any of this. All these rumors, this guy, like she is not giving specifics as to what these lies are, who these spies are, anything. She's being as vague as completely possible because she doesn't want to be held responsible. And I mean, it makes it look like she's making all this shit up because I guarantee you, if Shanny had the receipts and all this information about really was going down, she wouldn't hesitate to be blasting that all over the internet with a big smirk on her face. So I don't believe a word of this. Now Rev has a video. XX just uploaded it. Awesome. We will go take a look at it after. Hello, Kimmy. Welcome. This is so wrong, guys. She's had to hold her. Yeah. Shanny saves all of her G's for the racial slurs. We'll go look at Rev's video after this.
Causing all this rift and all this fucking shit, and it's all of your fault. And then they're doing it too to the other side, and all of them think this is all fucking funny, big fucking joke. Well, you know what? Your big fucking joke, all of you, and all of your fucking sides are it's gone. It's done. It's over with. Fuck all of you. I hope you all just you know what I mean?
She can't even get the words out because she doesn't even have her own story straight. Good Lord, Shan.
Do what I want to do right now, okay? Just do it. You fucking pieces of shit. Fucking treating me like shit.
Oh, and remember, this is a good Christian lady here, folks.
all the fucking time. It's like fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit that you guys have been playing everyone, all of you, this whole time, and I'm just silent. And I was quiet because you were giving me money, but now you're not even giving me fucking money. So it's like, fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, Scientist Sam. Fuck you, Draven. And fuck you, G-Man, for all playing me, all making me seem like I'm something that I'm not, and leaving me on the fucking streets when I fucking held my tongue so long.
My
but
tongue,
oh
no.
Fuck you all. I'm done with this shit. Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit. I mean, seriously, you honestly think these people would be fucking honest with you when they've been so dishonest for you? Are you fucking idiots?
Take a breath, Shanny. You're going to pass out.
Tore your whole fucking community apart. And now G-Man has all this fucking shit on you stupid asses. And
sure
I've
he does.
Seen it all. Like that Miss Parker abortion story? No, that's a cover-up for a different story. And Scientist Sam
80,000.
I love how that she just cuts herself off completely. Like, oh, Shan, you're just good for entertainment. Okay, let's take a look and see what XX uploaded about the Rev Man. Oh, it was only a minute long. Okay, well, we can handle that. Let me share my screen again here. I am not as proficient with the StreamYard as I should be. Come on. All right, let's see what Rev has to say. Oh. Why is it? Why is it when Christians get mad at each other, the first thing that they do is call each other a fake Christian? What's that about? It's like the ultimate Christian insult. Well, you're not a real Christian. I've seen that so many times. It's like their go-to. Oh boy, small child. Okay, let's see what Rev has to say. Sorry about that, guys.
Howdy, folks. Well, this is a really hard video to do because my anger level, like I have two modes, and the one mode is just screaming like Alex Jones at the top of my lungs.
Yeah, we've seen you in that state, Rev. You threatened to kill your girlfriend and her kids. So, yeah, we know that mode quite well.
And I can't stop. And the other one is just calm, cold, collected. I am going to get you someday.
Oh, so now we're going to be calm, cool, collected, and making physical threats. Okay, gotcha.
Can I tell folks, individuals, that I'm extremely offended by G-Man because I gave him my fucking house, and now I am about to be homeless with nothing, absolutely nothing, and he can't even allow me to stay in the place for a little while I get my shit together? Like, G-Man.
Because, okay, Rev, look it. If I was G-Man, I would be doing the exact same thing and not allowing you. Because number one, I've been giving you money since you moved to Pennsylvania. Number two, I've been able to observe that the fact that you and Shanny have not even attempted to get your shit together in the 3 months that you've been there. So, of course, G-Man's not going to let you stay there because he knows that if he does that, he's going to be enabling you to keep doing the same shit you're doing. Maybe you being tossed out on the street and having to end up in a homeless shelter will make you get your act together. But if I personally saw you being a lazy ass with the opportunity of staying in a free house and not helping yourself, why would I continue to allow you to do that behavior by inviting you to come and stay with me? That doesn't make any sense because you're just going to continue the behavior. You're just going to continue to sit on your ass and do what you're doing, Rev. So you're mad. You're the big mad because you're not, people are not enabling you anymore. And that's why you're upset. Oh, boo-hoo. Put on your big boy pants and start acting like an adult. They're big mad they can't squat at G-Man's house. Yeah. Yeah. Big mad because they can't squat at G-Man's house. Yeah, that makes sense. Because I bet you the uncle has been like, hey, you guys got to get out. And G-Man said no. So, yeah, that all adds up. Sounds to me like G-Man's doing them a big favor. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you know what? Sometimes some people only learn through tough love. And you've got to put that hammer down and say, look, I am not going to enable this behavior anymore. I'm cutting you off. You're going to have to take care of yourself. And you have to force some people into that situation so that they can smarten up. I mean, because that's the way some people learn. That's the only way some people learn. And unfortunately, it looks like both Rev and Shanny are going to get a real big life lesson here real soon. Oh, is PMars in my chat? PMars is not supposed to be in my chat. It's not bullying, it's exposure. They have children that they could be bringing into poverty through their bad actions and choices. Yep. Absolutely. If any of my mods, if PMars is commenting in my chat, just make sure he's blocked. I thought he was blocked from my channel. I don't know what happened there. He's not supposed to be here. It wouldn't be legal to be in G-Man's house with children. There isn't running water there and other problems. Oh, I didn't know that he still didn't have running water in that house. So that's a very valid point too. I mean, the fact that they're going to be in a homeless shelter is going to be questionable about whether she keeps custody of the boys anyway. And with all of this other stuff that's been piling up on her from leaving Colorado, it's really funny because the other day they said that they were chased out of Colorado, that they were chased out of a state by their haters, which I think is fucking hilarious because the reason why they left the state is because they got kicked out of their house and they weren't paying their rent. Oh, PMars, your maturity is just... You're like a little 13-year-old boy, I swear. Okay. Let's finish this up. It's less than a minute.
The Lord is going to fucking kneecap you so bad you have no idea, bro. But yeah, to Scientist Sam and to Draven and you guys that have been paying my wife, you didn't. I mean,
sure.
You didn't think I knew that type of shit was going on with Shanny when she'd be popping. She'd just show up and be like, "Yeah, you can go get this and that," and I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking? Where did that come from, Shanny?" Yeah, you think I wouldn't have found...
That is a little boy that claims to be a Christian, and he gets the big mad because people censor him because he pulls shit like that inside chats. That's why. He doesn't know how to behave himself. He likes to act like a little child. Yeah. He's the big mad because he's single and nobody likes him, and then he behaves like an asshole and then wonders why nobody likes him. Like, I tried to spend $2,000 on care packages of food, clothing, and furniture for them when they were on the road headed to PA, and Shanny raged at me for... Wow. See, and that shows them their motivation too, is that because Drag was saying that on his stream this morning, that if you're going to give them things from like Amazon, like send them food, send them things, not cash, right? So that they can't just go out and spend the cash on drugs or cigarettes or whatever, right? Actually send them things that they can use for the animals or use specifically for the boys. And that goes to show you how insincere Shanny is about wanting help. You know what I mean? Because she wants that cold, hard cash so she can spend it on what she wants to spend it on, and the boys and the animals still suffer, and that's really sad. I don't treat you like that, PMars. It's you can't behave yourself, so I have to discipline you by putting you in a timeout like you were one of my children, which is really sad because you're a grown man. You know. Anyway. It was a rare opportunity I got my husband to agree to doing something like that because I felt a huge tug on my soul to help. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Like, I'm an autism mom. My 14-year-old is autistic. And She has a 14-year-old and she has a 12-year-old that's also autistic. And the older one, William, the very first day that they got to Pennsylvania, and Shanny was losing her mind about being accused of being abusive to the boys. And she pushed William in front of that computer and tried to force him to say that she's not abusive. And then the way she continued to scream at him because she was so angry at everybody on the internet, but she was taking it out on her 14-year-old son, that made me more angry than I think I've ever been at anyone on the internet before, because I was like, how dare you treat your son like that because you are mad at people on the internet. You can't control your temper because you are mad at people on the internet. That boy does not deserve that kind of treatment. How dare you treat your kid like that? Like, it's infuriating. And I was really pushing, and I was like trying to be in contact with people to make sure that something was done about it. And I kept being reassured that something was happening in the background about it. But it's I don't know. It made me really angry because kids don't deserve to be treated that way. And I mean, if I could have helped, I might have at the time, but at the same time, I didn't want to give Shanny or Rev money knowing that the boys would never see any benefit from that. And I didn't want to validate Shanny and Rev and try and help them that way because I knew it was never going to go to the boys. I knew that. Now, if there was a GoFundMe specifically set up for the boys because they were going to be taken out of the home and it would go to specifically benefit the boys being in like foster care or something like that, I'd be all over that. I would absolutely donate to that, or I would donate something from, an Amazon wish list or whatever. If someone could guarantee me that those specific things were going to the boys and not Shanny and Rev, I absolutely would. But because that can't be guaranteed right now, I don't want to feed into that. I don't want to feed into their entitlement. Hey, Kat, how are you? Hi, Jeff. Yeah, lots of people don't care about Shanny and company. But I mean, honestly, I find them entertaining, especially when they have meltdowns like they did today. That was pretty amusing. How's it hanging? Fuck Shanny and Rev. Absolutely. Shanny and I smell French fries or cookies or something. My aunt is cooking next door. But yeah, fuck them. Absolutely fuck them. Shanny's just trying to stir up trouble to get some more attention in the hopes of turning that into more money, just the way she did with her dad and, all of that stuff. Life is really biting them in the ass and they're not doing anything to help themselves. And people just, they've had enough of their shenanigans and they're tired of trying to pay for it, And Shanny and Rev think they're so entitled that they'll sit here and scream at their audience and then be like, why don't you guys support me? Why don't you guys send me money? Why don't you guys make videos to support me? Like, come on now.
Found out about this stuff that you guys were paying her off to get information and stuff. Yeah.
What information?
You think you're wondering why I'm not doing videos, and I'm just heartbroken with GMan though. This
Sure
is
you are.
beyond shit with GMan. I just put a video up of me and him. I was filming it and he was playing Super Punch Out and I thought I had a really good friend. So I'm fucking done.
Sure you are.
Turn your designs.
Sure you are, Rev. Sure you are. You and Shanny say that almost on a daily basis now. And it's like, yeah. It really does hurt my heart that I can't help them. Me too. I feel really bad for those boys, especially seeing the conditions that they lived in, seeing the abuse firsthand because, Shanny broadcasts that shit. It's really heartbreaking to see children having to be living in that situation. And I'm disheartened in the system and the fact that they haven't done anything about it. Like, those boys deserve to be loved. They deserve to be living in a place that is safe. They deserve food in their bellies. They deserve security, comfort. Like, And you know 100% that that's not what they're getting from Shanny. Last stream is kind of nonsense. I was thinking about doing another. Yes, do that. Because message me before you do it. Because I keep missing you by like 10 minutes. I'll be like, oh, I got a notification. Oh, the stream's over already. What the hell? So yeah. Anyway, let's see. Let's do a quick look at our subscriptions and see if there's anything new on the list. And if not, then we'll wrap it up here. Drag is streaming though. I also wanted to take a quick look at and not today, but in the future, take a look at like the Lucas Werner guy, the dude, the really creepy dude that's like my age that just wants to sleep with Gen Zers. Yeah, that might be entertaining. I don't know. He posts a lot though. He posts a lot. And about a lot of really fucked up shit, but you know. Anyway, I'll message you if I do one. Okay, that's good. Awesome. Oh boy, the unholy trinity of fuckery with Rev, Shanny, and GMan. Yes. I'm not actually subscribed to GMan, so I'm curious to see if he's actually responded to any of this. So I'll have to go and look, and we'll maybe look at that later. I've never reviewed GMan before, because he's just one of those people where just the sound of his voice irritates the fuck out of me, so I can't really listen to him. So here thinks Rev sucked at GMan off. Oh, absolutely. Not a doubt in my mind. You know it. I mean, if Shanny was able to talk Rev into doing porn, you know absolutely she talked him into doing a threesome. Absolutely, 100%. I'd love to believe they're being taken care of off camera, but they spend their entire days on social media, and it's clear that and the video of their old place that there's serious neglect. Oh, absolutely. There's absolutely serious neglect going on. And what infuriates me is that because they jumped states, that nothing was done about it. Like, you think that because it's in the same country, and I understand that they're two different states and that they're two different, like, departments type thing, right? But you think that they would be able to communicate properly and be like, hey, we have evidence that these kids were being neglected. We are sending this to you so that you can keep on top of it and perhaps maybe remove those boys from that situation. You know what I mean? And on top of that, there's how much evidence all over the internet of them abusing those boys. You know what I mean? So I don't understand how all of this stuff is not enough evidence to get those boys out of that home and into somewhere safe. I don't get that. Do they not care? Like, what's happening? I don't know. It's really, really sad. Rambling streams are okay. I enjoy watching the blossoming relationship between you and Midnight. Aww. Of course, Drag is going to stream. He only talks about Shanny, Rev, and G-Man. No, that's not true. He has been talking about negs lately. He has done quite a few streams on negs lately, which is interesting. I don't really watch negs, so I don't really have an opinion on negs either way. But unfortunately, CPS isn't truly about the welfare of children. It's all about what? Yep. I have heard that, unfortunately. I don't know how many times. It's extremely sad and heartbreaking. Because there's so many people out there that say it's about the kids. We care about the kids. Yes, the children. Think of the children. And then when it comes down to the bottom line, it really is never about the kids. And unfortunately, you guys have CPS in the States. We have family and children's services up here in Canada, where I am. And it's really, we've heard the same thing. Like, there's children that have been taken out of perfectly good homes and given to relatives that have been abusive in the past. Like a couple of years ago, well, before Molly was born, I think it was probably about 5 or 6 years ago. There was a little boy who was about 18 months old. He was taken away from his birth father and given to his paternal grandfather, who had a history of abusing his own children. So when he was given his grandson, he actually ended up murdering his grandson. And you think that the people that are, their main job is to protect children, that they would know that ahead of time and be like, hey, this is not going to be a safe environment for this child. We better not put this kid here. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's the system is just way too fucked up. Most child abuse isn't streamed on the internet. Yes, that's actually true. They do have a big workload. I'm not going to deny that whatsoever. But also looking at this and seeing that the evidence is so apparent, you know what I mean? Like, there's really no question here. It's being broadcast. It's being recorded. That something should be done for these boys. They shouldn't have to get lost in the system and have to suffer because of it. You know what I mean? It's very, very sad. Okay, Jeff. Well, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. Yeah. PMARS kind of pops up everywhere and pulls his shenanigans. And then when he doesn't get the attention that he wants, then he just kind of disappears. So that's why when he shows up here, we just block him and then move on. We don't reward him with attention because that's what he's seeking. The entire system needs a cleanse. I 100% agree with that. Both here and in Canada. Absolutely. And it's not like it's not 100% that system's fault either, too, because we have asshole people out there that call and make false claims too, right? So if you think about it, like how many of these social workers are getting wrapped up into investigating cases that don't need to be investigated because they're false claims, but because the welfare of a child is involved, they have to investigate it. So it's, resources and time are being wasted when they could be focused on, the children that actually need it. What do you need with your crayon, love? Well, you colored on it. What do you expect? PMARS was right about Smokey, was he? I don't know. I don't pay attention to PMARS because, like I said, I have him blocked, so I don't really see his comments anywhere except when he goes buck wild with his socks, and then we see what he does with the socks. So that gets him put in timeout. We'll get him a little dunce cap. Bad PMARS. They also have a hard time getting internet videos admitted as evidence in court. Really? I didn't know that. You would think that would be easier because, obviously there's lots of people, especially a YouTube video that gets a lot of views and stuff. You think that would be easier evidence because things are being recorded. But I guess, yeah, true. That comes in with privacy laws and, being permitted to be recorded and stuff. I don't know. I guess I could see that. But it is very sad that it comes to that. How desperate you must be to make another account just to be in chat for a few comments before being banned. Yeah. He has quite a few of them. I don't really honestly know how, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was, more than 20. At minimum, it would have to be 20. Oh, definitely. This whole culture of revenge reporting and hurting children to get adults. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, that's happened to me. It's happened to my sister. It's happened to my aunt. Like, people just get pissed off at you and they're like, well, we're going to call CPS. And then CPS shows up at your room. They're like, I don't see a problem here. Why were we called? Because somebody was mad at me. That's why. And they thought that they could get me in trouble. And I don't know if it's a crime down there. But up here, if you make a false report, you're supposed to get in trouble for that because you have to provide your information when you call in. It's not an anonymous call. So I don't understand why they're not coming down harder on the people that are making false reports so that, they could put a curb on the false reports, but that's not what happens. You make a false report, nobody really seems to care. He called Smokey a pseudo-intellectual. It was funny how butthurt it makes Smokey. There's lots of things that make Smokey butthurt. That's fucking hilarious. I actually like PMARS most of the time. Just the sock spams are a real likes. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, when it comes to PMARS, I've never actually interacted with him. The only reason why he's banned from my channel is because of his spam. Like, I just I didn't want that nonsense in my chat, so I just banned him so he wouldn't do it. PMARS has lots of sock accounts. Yep. Okay, Glitchy, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. Not here. They don't do anything about false reports here. Yeah, they don't do anything about false reports here either. They're supposed to, but they don't. Like, cease and desist the excessive slur shouting, and he'd be more interesting. Yeah, right? Like, I absolutely would not have a problem with PMARS if he could stop using the N-word. That's all. That's the only reason why I banned him. But he doesn't. He wants the attention and he wants to act like a child, so he gets to be banned. That's just how that works. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you all being here and watching this. Like I said, this was a kind of a spur of the moment pop-up stream because Shanny provides the entertainment. And that is definitely a fresh bread smell coming from next door, which I'm going to have to go investigate because fresh bread, hell yes. But yeah, so thank you so much, everybody, for coming out. I appreciate you. We're going to be, I postponed the Convince Me stream from tonight to next week because I did have some issues with the PC this week and I didn't know if it was going to be fixed by the time the stream was supposed to happen. So I'm just going to leave that bumped till next week. So we're going to do that next Saturday at 9:30. I might be on Twitch tonight with a game stream with the husband. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but you all are awesome. Thank you for being here and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.